Hello, and today we're doing an FPL preview for game week 34. That's right, we're going to preview my transfers, preview my selection, and of course, talk about that all-important decision, captaincy. But let's look, first of all, before we do anything else, at the fixtures for this FPL game week. Now, I also did my FPL review. Make sure you've checked that out before you watch this one. For last week, it was a solid week, not brilliant, but we'll take it at the end of the day. And we've got some nice fixtures coming up, certainly for our attackers, but not so much maybe for our, a couple of our midfielders or defenders. But you never know with FPL. Fixtures sometimes can go out the window, and form can go out the window. But let's look at our fixtures this game week. We've got the Friday night kickoff between Southampton and Leicester. Now, remember what happened a few seasons back, 9-0. That will be on the mind of Saints fans, but surely it doesn't happen again. Although Leicester, they've been pretty good this season. They're pushing for that Champions League place. I think in terms of FPL options, you'll probably be wanting in this game. Maddison, probably. Vardy seems to always score versus Southampton. So maybe he's a captaincy option, but I'm not sure. In terms of for Southampton, maybe Danny Ings, yeah, possibly. And probably Ward-Prowse, because I can feel a penalty goal coming in this match. But the point is, I think you want to have Leicester players, and IHEANACHO has been in absolutely sparkling form. He just cannot be stopped right now. So he's a brilliant, brilliant asset to own. And let's not forget the Leicester defenders. Southampton have been a little bit goal shy at times this season, so it could be perfect for the likes of Johnny Evans, Timothy Castagna, and also at the back we've got a little bit of Luke Thomas. But moving on, we've got the BT Sport game this time, and it's the 12:30 kickoff, first day of May, Palace City. I think that'll be probably a comfortable win, but we know that if City win their game with Palace, and then United drop points, I think, with Liverpool, something like that, then City are champions. So it's going to be a massive, massive game for Crystal Palace. For City to beat Palace if they can. But you never know. Palace have shot the odds against City before. I'll always remember that absolute screamer from Andros Townsend. And I think it was 0-0 a few seasons back in this fixture. So, yeah, I don't know about this. In terms of FPL options, you don't really want to own a Man City option right now because the title is wrapped up. So much rotation. And do you really want to own a Palace player? Well, I guess you got Benteke, bit of a differential, but nah, I'm not going near Palace at the minute, and you probably want to swerve away from this one unless you putting your faith in Raheem Sterling getting a big goal in terms of the title pursuit. But nah, I think this is probably going to be a no-go. Brighton Leeds Prime Video. This could be a fiery game, but we also saw it at Ellen Road, and it was not that exciting, but still a very good win for Brighton. Not many people backing that, and it was a wonderful team goal that Neil Maupay stuck away. So I'm not sure about Maupay and Welbeck. You can maybe put a punt on them, but you don't want anything long term. I think you've got to look at Leeds players here. Leeds are quite susceptible to set pieces, so maybe Stuart Dunk could be quite favourable here. But in terms of Leeds assets, Bamford, maybe Rafinha if he's back, but I wouldn't rush straight in. And Leeds, obviously Stuart Dallas, he's going to be in the box and he's going to be trying to win those headers. Jack Harrison from corners could be a very good option as well. Chelsea Fulham, London derby, of course. It's a difficult one here because Chelsea are so rotation risk of a team right now with them in the Champions League, but maybe people like Kai Havertz, if he's actually going to play, I don't know. And then for Fulham, you probably want to look at a goalkeeper like Areola that gets those save points. Everton v Villa, BT Sport game. You probably just want to look at Everton, James Rodriguez, Sigurdsson, Coleman maybe, Luca Dean. Newcastle Arsenal, that's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, there's been some iconic goals in that fixture down the years. Czech Tiote, Dennis Bergkamp and the like. But I'd probably only look at Arsenal defenders because Newcastle, they don't score too many goals. And someone like Gabriel could get a goal of himself at the right end of the pitch. United Liverpool, it's going to be tight. It's top six, usually are. And I think that maybe if you are going to have an attacking player from both sides, Diogo Jota has got a point to prove. He's going to want to improve his form. And Marcus Rashford always scores, seems, against Liverpool. Spurs, Sheffield United, very good fixture for Spurs, but can they win? You'd think they should, but they haven't been doing that well against teams teams in the lower half of the table. I guess Liverpool have done even worse than that to that extent. They only just beat Sheffield United and drew with West Brom, lost to Burnley. But you'd imagine Spurs get the win, so Son and Kane have to be on the radar. West Brom Wolves, nice little derby there. The Black Country and the Midlands derby. Let's see how this happens, but I'm probably going to back another Wolves win just because they've got the better squad. But you could stick with Matheus Pereira and Sam Johnston. Burnley West Ham is the last one. Jesse Lingard, has to be here because he's always a threat. And Chris Wood, to be fair, after his hat-trick against Wolves, you never know what he could do once again against West Ham. So, yeah, it's an interesting week. But let's do it very quickly, overview our team. We've got Mendy in goal, then Dallas, Castagna, Trent. Son is going to be vice-captain as it stands. Jesse Lingard, Alan St-Maximin is currently playing against Arsenal. Jota against Man United. Iheanacho, Kane captain because he's back from injury, played in the EFL Cup, and he's got a great fixture. And Watkins against Everton. Martinez, Fernandes, Dunk, and Target on the bench. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm tempted right now to play Fernandes because we would hate missing out on points from him. And also I'm tempted to play Dunk because set-piece threat. And yes, I have Dallas who could get goals, but if it's a 0-0 that game, that'd be perfect for Dunk and Dallas. But Castagna just scored a goal. Do we really want to bench him? And we mentioned about those tight top six clashes. Trent gets points against the big six sometimes and could be a clean sheet for Liverpool there. Diogo Jota, I'm not sure if we should put our faith in him, but right now, do I play Ollie Watkins against a fairly decent Everton team as of late in terms of defence? I don't know. It's a difficult one. So I've got to be honest, I'm making this video quite early on in the week. We're going to probably change our ideas. So I'll leave all my team in the description of this video. Go check it out. But right now, that is the team. So what are the transfers this week? Well, we're not going to take any hits because we've been doing it a lot recently and we want to kind of carry on the momentum. So we're just going to make the one transfer this week. And I could get out St-Maximin just because of the difficulty of that fixture. And to be fair, the fixtures long-term aren't that good. But we wouldn't really get rid of St-Maximin if we didn't get rid of him next week, if you get what I'm saying. So we benched him. Arsenal, on paper, is tough, but are Arsenal even that good defensively? I'm not sure they are. So I could see some light at the end of the tunnel there. So I reckon I'll keep St-Maximin, but I've probably got to get rid of one of Diogo Jota and probably, I hate to say it, but probably Matt Target. I might keep Fernandes because he's fairly consistent when he's at the end of the season, but right now it's not been consistent. Oh, it's really difficult with Fernandes. I want to keep him, but I just don't see that potential right now. Okay, we're making a bold decision, and that is not to sell Fernandes because that would be a nightmare, but we're going to bench Fernandes. Or do we? Now, I tell you what, we're going to play Fernandes against Manchester United. We're going to bench Jota, and we're going to sell Target. That's what we've decided. Okay. Right, so Target's going, and I know you're going to say, oh, he might have a double. At this point, we don't even know if he's going to have a double. It could not happen. And he's just not getting points Target right now, so I need a better defender. So I'm fancying an Everton defender because their fixtures are looking very, very good right now. Let's just see who we can actually afford. Is Luca Digne affordable? Because if he is, then it's just got to be done. Oh, he's not quite affordable. 5.7 is as much as we have right now. So maybe we don't get rid of Matt Target and instead we get rid of... Oh, man, that stings, man. I guess we could get Digne in if we got rid of Mendy. But, it's not ideal. That really is not ideal. Okay, no worries. We will just keep Target for the second. Do we really go with Digne? I have a good feeling about Luca Digne, but is it just misguided? I mean, look at those fixtures, man. They're so good. Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Wolves. Come on, surely. Surely. All right, we're going to go for it. Luca Digne is in the team. All right. Let's get rid of Matt Targett. Digne comes in, so that does mean it's going to have to be a -4, which is unfortunate, but it's the only way we can afford it. So, therefore, who are we getting rid of? Do we get rid of Edouard Mendy? Well, the fixture is against Fulham. Do we really want to sell him this week? Not really. Martinez, his game is against Everton, but the fixtures long-term aren't great for Martinez, and I don't really want to get rid of him. So we might just keep Mendy and Martinez, so we've got that option if need be. So that concludes that we're not selling a goalkeeper. Instead, we're going to be selling a midfielder. And that midfielder is Diogo Jota. I'm just not sure about his form right now. I hope I don't regret that, but he is going to go. And I know I said I wouldn't take a hit, but, you know, things are just not quite working right now with Diogo Jota, and I think it's worth taking the hit. So, who do we get in, my people? We could get in Matheus Pereira. I mean, it's tempting ahead of his game with Wolves. West Brom are going to go for the rest of the season, but the fixtures are tough. I don't know. It's risky, man. I don't like the risk. So I'm not going to go with Pereira. It's just not... It's not that appealing. I know he's been their main man, but I'm just not about it. Simple as that. So, therefore, I'm going to go for a bit of a differential. Okay? But how about a bit of Bukayo Saka? Newcastle, West Brom, Chelsea, Palace, Brighton is his next fixtures. I think that's quite saucy. So Saka is coming in. I know that Lacazette and Aubameyang might not be 100% fit and firing. But honestly, I think this guy can do it on his own. He's that good. Yes, they didn't look good against Everton. But, you know, 75% chance of Lacazette coming back. Arsenal will improve their form. I think Saka is a good buy. So Saka comes in along with Luca Digne. Lovely stuff. All right, that's locked in. The -4, 1.5 in the bank. So let's just confirm what our current lineup is, people. We're going to start Saka, obviously, because we just brought him in. So therefore, it means we're probably going to bench the man, the myth, the legend that is... Oh, but do we bench... Oh, I'm not sure if I like that one, to be fair. We might have to bench Saint-Maximin against Arsenal. To be fair, we did just bring in Saka, so it doesn't make much sense to have Saka and Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin is on the bench again. I hope I don't regret that, but I don't think I will. Obviously, Digne will play, so Targett goes and Digne comes in, so Digne starts. Do we play Trent? I'm not feeling it. I think there'll be goals that in there for Man United. Hence, I'm keeping Bruno. Hence, I'm benching Trent. But Trent will be the first sub because he's got that points potential. Dunk will be second sub because I think Dallas is going to get an absolute worldie of a goal. And Saint-Maximin, third sub. Although, to be fair, I did just bring in Luca Digne. So, should I bench Watkins? I think I should. I think Watkins is going to go on the bench. So, actually, we might have changed our mind here. We might actually just start Saint-Maximin. Yeah, go for it. Why not? Or do we start Dunk? This is a difficult toss-up, but I'm going to go for Lewis Dunk. We're going to start Dunk. We're going to start Dunk over Watkins, and let's hope that does, in fact, seem to be a good decision. Now, I know what I said about, you know, the top 6 games getting a lot of, you know, 0-0s. So, therefore, we're not going to put Trent third sub. We're going to put him second. Always back the attacker. Watkins first sub. Locked in for game week number 34. So that is, just to sum up, in goal, Edouard Mendy. Then we've got Stuart Dallas, Timothy Castagna. Then we've got Luca Digne. Bit of a differential, and I think he's going to get assist here. Lewis Dunk is next to him. Then Heung-min Son, vice-captain. Lingard. Then we've got Bukayo Saka, Bruno Fernandes, IHEANACHO, and Harry Kane as the captain. Thank you very much. Martinez, Watkins, Trent, and Saint-Maximin is on the bench. Thanks for watching my FPL preview of Gameweek 34. Comment how your teams are going to get on this week. How many transfers have you made? What transfer have you made? It's all in the hands of the FPL gods now. Let's hope they reward me.